Yo, what's going on? Strat Soldier here for the weekend shift. Good morning. Oh my goodness. Look at this battlefield back here. I love the smell of napalm in the morning. Oh man. Oh my goodness. You can smell all those great trades, people making good, making good things happen. And then in the distance there's the smell of people blown up accounts because people doing dumb stuff. And you can be like, that ain't me. That is not me. If you knew this week was a great week, if you knew where to go and you knew what to not get into and what to get into, the last 2 days, Thursday and Friday, were amazing. And I didn't trade any of it. I didn't trade any of it. Oh my gosh. Friday came in hot. We had a 2-2 reversal on Thursday. We'll look at some charts here in a minute. But we had a 2-2 reversal on Thursday in the SPY, diamonds, QQQ. I talk about the indexes because everything else, everything was pretty much doing the same. We'll talk about that too, though. And but then the sectors weren't really following through. So I was like, nah, I'm not going to mess with this. Here comes Friday. I was like, golly, I should have got back in Apple. Golly. It's important for me to tell you guys that. Why? Because I say it all the time. You do not have to trade every day. You don't have to trade every week. All right. You I took the week off because work is busy. Okay. And then it's the end of the month. Nothing's happening, it's going in, and then here comes Thursday and Friday. Like Rob says, like gangbusters. And I know Rob's room was like, here it comes. Here it goes.
Triangle they out, they will.
Triangle they out, they will. And to the highs. Man, well, we'll look at some charts. But yeah, Friday around noon, I was like, I'm dumb. No, it's all good. Yeah, we're gonna be looking at monthly setups. It's the end of the month, okay? So we're gonna be talking about the stuff that we talked about at the beginning of the month. Remember, what we do is we look for actionable signals at the beginning of the month. And then we talk about them and then we give you updates on those actionable signals through the month. All right. And the reason why we do that is because people think we only talk about moves that after they already happened. Oh yeah, it's easy to talk about what, the strat after it already happened. It's easy to talk about what already happened. No. We as soon as it goes in force, you hit it. All right. And then you stay in that trade as long as it is a winning trade. It doesn't hit your stops. Keep pushing your stops up. Some trades you'll see that you're able to keep all month. All right. Some of them you're like, I got to keep this for about 2 weeks. Some of them are like, this is a 2-2 reversal in the month. It hit magnitude in 3 days. And I just took my profits. You know what I mean? Some of them are like that. It's really interesting. So it's not really the strat is not a crystal ball in the fact that we're going to tell you when and how and this is how much money you're going to make and then we're looking on our crystal ball. It's more like here's our actionable signals. All right, I got a hammer, I got a shooter, I got an inside bar. Here's my time frame continuity. It's green on the month. Green on the week, green on the day, green on the 60s. That means they've been buying it all month. They've been buying it all week. They're buying it today, and then they're buying it right now. So come on, and then the broadening formation. All right, the broadening formation. People really they make the mysterious broadening formation a little too mysterious. All right, the broadening formation phenomena is real. All right. But we don't just draw the broadening formation off of scenario threes, all right? The drawing the broadening formation is about seeing the greater outside bar, okay, that the software is not necessarily presenting you. And then if you ask Rob says you don't even have to draw the lines, all right? You can just see it, all right? So what we want to do with that broadening formation is, are we at the highs? Are we at the lows? Is this reversing off the lows or is this dead in the middle? All right. Some of those we've been a dead in the middle because it's inside year. So I was looking up a lot of monthly setups for next month in May. There's not a lot. It's far and few between. I think I said that right. And but we're gonna do that together, and we're gonna have a good time this episode. All right. So thank you so much for everybody being in here. Oh my gosh, we got a lot of people in here. We got let me see. Scrolling in the chat. I got this is live. What's up, Bobby? Good morning. Good morning, Sepia Group. Good morning, Latoya. My favorite Jackson. What's up, She's? Very first show. That's awesome. It says great day, awesome, everyone. I'm new to trading the Strat and the Strat channel. Happy to be here. Awesome. I'm so glad you are here. Dorge. Yep, I'm pretty sure that's Dorge. Good morning. Good morning, John. Proud. Always see you out there on Twitter too. Jason, what is going on? Jason, about to learn the whole Strat and nothing but the Strat. It's coming. Let's see. I'm so glad you're here. Britt G. Hell yeah. Excuse me. Gangster. This is a family show. What's up, John Prout? Shelby. Nakia. What's up? The blind trader, Michael Holcomb, is in the house. Heck yeah. When a guy that calls himself the blind trader is telling you to get out of this thing because this is not a win. This is not a buying opportunity. Get out of that. Again, but it goes the reverse. If the guy, again, Michael Holcomb over at Mighty Soldiers Trades, if a guy who calls himself the blind trader says get in this thing because it's going to the highs, hammer in force, what are you waiting on? What are you waiting on? All right, what's up, Mr. Traveler? What's going on, Brent? Brent is in the house. John, give me a number. Thank you so much. I was going to ask you how many people in the chat. 26 right now. Give me 50. Give me 50. Why do I say 50? I want 100. I want 100 people in here. I want 200 people in this show every Saturday morning. Why? Because we went from cartoons to candles. We went from waking up in the morning, bowl of cereal, dried cereal on your face. You're just watching cartoons to looking at candles. Where are we putting our money and laughing at charts? That's what we went to. What's up, Mr. Traveler? How you doing? My favorite Jackson. Yes, Jermaine Jackson. That's the best. Heck yeah. 200 points to Mr. Traveler. That's awesome. 200 points to you. 31 in the chat now. Thank you very much. That's what I'm talking about. 31. You guys are the ones that are dedicated to learning, knowing that what you are seeing is correct. You know what I mean? Because we all see the strat the same, and we trade what we know to be true. So that's awesome. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to be talking about again. We're going to be talking about our monthly setups, and then we're going to see if we have anything for next week. All right, and I want to talk about the difference between gambling and trading. If you are new to the strat, hey, what's up, Leor? We are an international show. And then with Sean, hey, what's up, man? Good morning, Ken. If you are new to trading, if you're new to the strat, put a 1 in the chat. If you're new to the strat, put a 1 in the chat. Good morning, JP in the house. I've been looking through those biotechs. Not a lot of stuff out there, man. I'm looking. We'll look for that too. And get you some of that Strat swag. I got my Strat Soldier coffee cup here. I'm gonna order me a green Strat shirt and a red Strat shirt, and you'll know exactly what is going on in the market just based on my shirt. What's up, Rashawn? Okay, Rashawn, Jason. All right, Jason. I don't know if you're new. You've been doing this. I've seen what you've been doing, Jason. I don't want to say you're new, but good. All right, I give it. K Young is in the house. Good morning. All right, we got 2 people in here. All right, 2 new people in here. That's good. That's going to let me. This is where the weekend shift where we slow things down. All right. So before we start looking at charts, there is a difference between gambling and trading. All right. We are not into gambling. All right. Rob does not. He says call off. He says he calls things off, but you need to think more of it like waving off. Rob is in the air traffic control tower, and he's looking at everything. And he's got screens. He's got his radar. He's got the screens. He's looking at all the stuff. He sees where all the planes are going, and he sees, who's trying to land, who's circling around, who wants to land, who wants to take off, all that stuff. Okay. And when you say, hey, Rob, hey, Rob, I want to look at Chevron. I want to get in this. What do we know to be true about Chevron? And then he's like, nah, man, this thing is a mess, and he waves it off. You know what I mean? I ain't worried about that right now. Nope. And if you're in there, and you do know that if you're in there with Rob during Rob's research, it's in the weekend shift videos. Go watch that one. Okay. It's long. It's a long one. I was trying to tell Sepia Group to shut that thing down and make it a course because it's 6 hours long. But that's not how Rob rolls. Rob's like, nah, give people the strat. So he went through his entire universe, okay? All right, and for 6 hours, and he's telling you exactly his thought process and how he selects trades to get in. All right, do not miss that one. All right, but you'll go through that, and you're like, if you were there live, JP was there live, Kevin Cash was there live. We got some of you guys were in there live as well, and it was fun. And you're like, this is a mess. This is why he's not calling nothing out. This is junk. And I always say, don't eat out of the trash. So don't eat out of the trash. The difference between trading and gambling is when you are trading, you are looking for an actionable signal. All right. And you're looking for, as a trader, you're looking to identify the trend so you can profit off of it. Okay. That's the whole purpose of trading. Okay, identifying the trend. That's the whole purpose of the charts. It's the whole purpose of even taking down any data. Before there were even charts, I'm going through this CMT program to get certified in this stuff. You know what I mean? But before there were even charts, if you just wrote down in a marketplace, this guy's selling potatoes and he's writing down the prices of potatoes, and whatever rubies or ruples or whatever stupid currency they had, and he's writing down the prices. Okay, yeah, my potatoes, yeah, okay, all right. But then all of a sudden the prices of potatoes jump because this guy down here is selling them for twice as much. Well, what the heck? So I'm going to start selling my potatoes for twice as much, and then pretty soon you got a price. All of a sudden, naturally the price starts going up until everybody says, well, I'm not buying these potatoes at daggone 6 ruples. This is ridiculous. I don't even know what a ruple is. Anyway, I'm not doing this. Okay. And then so everybody goes, all right, no one's buying potatoes anymore. Let's take it back down to the normal price. All right. So then what was the normal price? And they look through all these little papers and they go, okay, all right, this is the fair value of potatoes. All right. That's a very simple way of talking about these charts. Okay. It's the same thing. You need to look at the charts the same way. These charts only present data. Okay. They only present data. They just tell you what the price is right now. The previous candles tell you where the price was. Okay. They tell you, and then we're identifying the trend. If you watched my weekend shift last week, that was recorded. I'm here live, but it was recorded. I talk about trend. All right. You listen to my podcast. I was talking about trend, identifying the trend. Okay. So that's the basic idea of trading is, okay, here's a trend. I need to be able to ride this trend because when I trade, I don't make enough. I move the charts in the fact that I'm a participant in the group, on the monthly group, or on the weekly participant or daily participant, or even on the 60s. I am counted as one of those people that bought or sold or added to their positions. Yes, but as a regular person, when you click buy, that tick, that little candle doesn't automatically jump up because you bought. It doesn't. You do not have the money to move the markets. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people watching me. And like I said, we're international. So there's someone out there that goes, yes, I do have the money to move the charts. And you know what I mean? So I'm not talking to that person, but that person's probably sitting back going, this guy knows everything. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying you as a regular trader, small, trader, no matter what size account you have, small account, $1 million account, your $1 million account's still not moving the charts. All right. You would have to put all of it in to even see that. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is you got to be able to ride the trend. That's what we do. We ride the trend. The trend is your friend. Okay. We ride the trend. Green means buy, red means sell. And I have a lot of these like little sayings that I say, you know what I mean? Buy, green means buy, red means sell, don't eat out of trash. I got, create winning. This is actually Rob's, but create winning positions, add to them and defend them with tight stops. Okay. Because we are trying to ride the trend, create the winning position, ride the trend. All right. And if possible, add to it. All right. And then keep pushing your stops up until the trend reverses. Boom, you get stopped out with profit. Okay. We're using hand and arm signals here. We're learning. But does that make sense to you? Okay. This is even before I get to the charts, because we got new people in here. So this is even before we get to the charts. I want you guys to what's up, Blue Water? Blue Water messing up my mojo here. He says we're going long potatoes. That's right. He understands what's going on. We're going long potatoes. So we're riding a trend. Okay. I'm selling these potatoes. The price of potatoes is going to the highs. All right. I even name these potatoes a certain name. All right. I'm not even going to talk about some other difficult market terms like like fungible. You want to talk about fungibility? We can. But these are amazing. These are amazing potatoes here. All right, Strat Soldier potatoes. They're going to the highs. You buy mine, and then the trend reverses. Okay, people start. I'm not buying. So anyway, people don't want to buy potatoes at the $6, $7, $8. So then the price naturally starts coming down. Then we start talking about supply and demand and make it more difficult. Make it we can make this topic of trading as complex as possible. Please write this down. You have to the whole purpose of trading is to be able to identify the trend early enough to profit from it. I'll say it one more time. The whole purpose of trading is to be able to identify the trend early enough to be able to profit from it. Okay. All right. Randy, you looked at any charts yet? I'm sure the new people are like, what are we doing here? Trying to get your mind right. Okay. Michael Holcomb says, heck yeah. I gotta get your mindset right. That's the most important thing. All right. Because if I don't get your mindset right, it doesn't matter. JJ, you'll hear him sometimes in the chat with Rob. Or you'll hear him on Rob's show. I'm sorry. And JJ says all the time, you can know all this strat stuff, but if you can't execute it, what's the point? All right. So identify the trend. You as a trader has to be able to identify the trend and then get in that trend and then protect yourself and then take profits when at certain targets. Okay. That's what the strat is about. We simplify all of it down, boil it all of it down to just the strat scenarios, our actionable signals. Okay. And then time frame continuity and bonding formations. And then we talk fast and we make it fun. All right. Then, all right. So then, but what's a gambler? What's a gambler do? Okay. A gambler starts buying without actionable signals. I know this stock is going to go to the highs because this is a great company and it's got, I'm not talking about investing, but this company has this and they do that and they got these factories, and I've seen all these videos and I've even, tested this product myself, blah, blah, blah. So they put all their money into Lucid, for example. Electric cars, Lucid, and that's the biggest crap company right now ever. We'll look at those charts. Lucid has not made a dime. Okay, same thing with Palantir. Has a great. Everybody keeps telling me it's going to be a great. The government uses it. All these little companies use it for cyber protection and things like that. Cyber tech, it's protection. I'm sorry, software. It's not making any money at all. All right. It stinks. It's a piece of crap. It's down like $7. All right. From 40. All right. Who bought this thing at $40 and it's sitting at 7 and are praying they get their money back? I don't want that to be you. Okay. A gambler says, okay, here comes the jobs report. I know the jobs report is going to be good because the numbers, here comes this, there's this big green candle. I'm going to start fading it. Fading is a term for people that sell the stock. They start shorting the stock and buying puts as it's green. Okay, it's a contrarian trading thing where you're selling. It's going to the highs, but you're starting to short this thing because you're betting on the fact that it's going to turn and start going, and you're going to be making all this money. No, that's gambling. Okay, that's gambling. Gambling is not only also gambling for your intermediate stratters, and I'm gonna get to the charts for your intermediate stratters. Okay, oh, George is new. All right. So shoot. Gambling is also you're an intermediate stratter. All right, you got your yellow belt, you're out there, you have some good trades, and you see a hammer forming on the on the let's just say a daily chart. It's forming. All right, it isn't gone, it's not closed, and it's not in force. It's not even a hammer yet. But you see it on the chart and you go, I know that hammer's going to go to the force and go in force later on. I'm going to go ahead and get in early and start loading up. I'm going to get in early and start buying all these calls. You know, I mean, same thing with a shooter. It's going to the lows. It's going to keep going to lows. I know it. Even though you don't have time frame continuity, even though you don't have an actionable signal, that's a real actionable signal. And even though the broadening formation is telling you that this is not reversing right now, you start buying puts on this thing, you know, or you start buying calls on this thing. That's gambling too. Okay, you got to have your rules. And then don't break your rules, okay? Don't break your rules. That's enough for that. All right, that's enough of that, Dad. We know not to gamble, Dad. No, it's important, though. It's very important because people are out here getting wrecked. And I don't want you to get wrecked. If you're learning from me and then you go out there and you get beat up, that I'm not doing my job, all right? I'm trying to create kung fu masters, not all right. But if you're a white belt, you need to know and recognize you are a white belt. Don't come in here, you know. And I watched one weekend shift with the Strat soldier, and then you try and go into the octagon, you get beat down. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. Ontario, what's going on, man? Good comments in here. Awesome. You guys are talking to each other. That's good. Keep talking to each other in the strat or in that chat. If you're not live right now in there with me, they are in there back and forth. That's good. They're in there talking to each other. That's the whole point of being in there live. I know some people I'm all around the world right now, international show, and people got different time frames and time zones and all that stuff. I get it. If you're just watching this show, period, you are still one of the few that take themselves serious. Okay. So, but I'm just saying you're missing something in the chat because people put in there, questions about stuff, and then Bill will answer it, or Angie will answer it. Let's see here. Before we get into the charts, Lior says if I use the PSAR, the interval is too big, but when I use the small stop, I am thrown what to do. Okay, Lior. Okay. The PSAR, yes, I understand what you're talking about. So the PSAR, if it is too big, if the price is starting to reverse down or it's starting to slow down, but the PSAR hasn't caught up to the price yet, and the price is going to reverse soon or is reversing, but it hasn't hit your PSAR stop yet, use a smaller stop. Use a smaller PSAR. So if you're doing a weekly trade, you can use the 60-minute PSAR. Or the 30-minute PSAR, or the 15. I've even gone down to the 15-minute PSAR. You know what I mean? And then you're pushing your stops up immediately. Okay. All right. It's just a tool. Okay. So if you're doing even a day trade, you're doing a day trade, and the PSAR is the PSAR is moving too slow, and you can see this is a 2-2 reversal down. I need to start tightening up my stop. Or it's inside bar. What do I need to do? Use a smaller use a time frame a lot smaller to manage your position. Okay. I think let's see here. Rob Bill, he says enforce. He says enforce is only 1 cent above or below. If you got a question, put a question mark before your question, okay, so I can see it. Because it's kind of hard to see when I'm scrolling. Enforce is when the price is trading above your actionable signal. Okay, we got the charts up, so let's get to that. All right, let's get to this. Is when I trade, I have all 4 charts up like this. This is Trend Spider. Okay, I got the month, the week, the daily, and the 60, just like this: month, week, day, 60. All right. Sometimes Rob will move things around and make this the month and this the week. He'll do it backwards, and then sometimes, I don't know, they can be moved around. You can change the time frames any way you want. You definitely want to be looking at 4. Okay, this is how this is what makes sense to me. This is what Rob used for about a year and a half. So I'm going to stick with that. So, but here's my month. All right. So Lior, no, Rob, was it Rob Gill. We'll talk about the PSCR. You're brand new. You just sit back and relax. You're brand new. Let me show you what's going on. We'll get to the PSAR. It's in my execution course if you really, really, really need it right now. She says, I ain't got time for this. Sheesh. All right, here's your 2. Let's put the labels on for the labels on for the kids in the back. Here's your 2 reversal right here. Okay, so Rob G, once the price traded above this hammer at $410.12, $410.12, once it traded above that, it was in force. Okay, in force immediately. All right, that's when you hit it, not before. All right, soon as it hit, boom, I'm in. Okay, I'm in. Now, if it's up in here and you missed it, don't worry about it, because we trade reversals. You can drop to a smaller time frame and find a reversal that's going back into the green. Okay, you're going to find a reversal on a smaller time frame that matches the bigger time frame. All right, but I suggest if you see a reversal that triggers on the month, take that reversal. All right, you can use your stops. You can manage your stops in such a way where it makes sense to you. I'm not telling you to put get in at 410 and then have a stop at 403. That doesn't make sense, right? That's a huge stop, right? You can tighten that sucker up. 408. Even if you're using common shares, 410, 408, that's $2. You know what I mean? You can handle that. All right. Do what makes sense. Do what makes sense for you. Freaking love the PSAR. All right, I started some crap. Lior, daggone it, Lior. We have an order of things. All right, Lior, and Lior done started. I'm talking about all this stuff and mindset and trading and gambling, and everybody's like, "What's the PSAR?" Thanks, Lior. No, I'm just kidding. This is the PSAR, parabolic stop and reverse. Okay. And Rob uses this. This is from Rob Smith. Rob uses this to stay in the trade. Stay in the trade. All right. This lets you know, this reminds you that time has passed. Okay. Time has passed. So here's a weekly. All right. Once the price is above these dots, once the price is going up, the trend is going up, these dots will be below. Okay. All right. Then it'll flip once the price starts going down. But you can see here, there was a 2-2 reversal right here that went in force that was a 3-2-2.
The 3-2-2.
That was a 3-2-2 that started at $396.55. All right. $396.55. Where's the PSAR? It's above. Right? Okay. I know this 3-2-2 is reversal, something that we look for. So I'm going to take that. All right. I'm going to take that. I know the PSAR is above here. All right. But I'm taking that. All right. And I'm staying in that. Now, this is where Lior was saying the PSCR is too slow, okay? Because right here, there was a 2-2 reversal down. All right, it did go back up. This is the Thursday and Friday that caused everything to go back up. Here's the PSCR way down here. So Lior, what you want to do is drop down to the daily and go, okay, where's my PSCR there? You know what I mean? You would have got stopped out here. 409.36. 409.36. All right. See, that's how it flipped faster. You could went down to the 60 minutes. You could have went to the 60 minute, and so here's a PSCR. That's Thursday. This is Thursday and Friday. But your PSCR would have flipped around this area, which around 412. So I used the daily PSCR, would have got stopped out at 409. I used the 60-minute PSCR, I got stopped out at 412. Okay. So you know what I mean? And if I can keep playing that game, I can go down 30-minute, I can go to the 15-minute, and then like get, you know what I mean, get the tightest stop possible to, you know what I mean? So there's a little bit of, you got to know, okay, this PSCR is moving too slow. I need to drop down, okay, to a different time frame. Here, this is Thursday and Friday. This is 60-minute, okay? If you're a day trader, 2-2 reversal back up. Ooh, looks good. All right, here's my PSCR way down here. All right, no reason to get out. That's true, no reason to get out. But if I drop down to my 30-minute, still good. And what you're doing is moving your stops up the dots, okay? You wait till these dots get above your entry, then here's your dots. Where was it? Sheesh. There he is. SHEZ. She's. Oh, she's the queen. Oh, geez. Oh my gosh. Hey, daggone it. I'm in the army. All right. I'm here to lead, not to read. She's the queen. All right. That makes more sense. All right. She's. We're international, so people put all kind of names in there. She's the queen. Makes sense. All right. But this is not for you yet. All right. You're brand new. It's not for you yet. Not for you. Do you have well, yes, I'll ask you some questions here in a minute. But you can go down to the 15-minute. All right, 15-minute bars. You probably would have got stopped out here on April 27th, right at the end of the day. 15-minute PSCR, looking good, doing great. Keep pushing my stops up the dots. Boom, I get stopped out 11:04, 411.82. Boom, stopped out. And then I probably get back in the next day. But then, you know what I mean? So that's how you can use it for those day traders, all right? PSAR, parabolic stop and reverse. You do not just want to trade the dots, though, okay? You don't just want to go, okay, the price is above the dots, I'm going to buy. Oh, the price is above the dots, I'm going to sell. Like, you're going to get chopped up.
Chop shop in here, folks.
If I find out that's what you're doing, I'm going to call you a gambler, all right? We do not gamble. All right. This PSAR is a tool. It's just a tool. We are not using it to tell us when to buy and sell. We're using it to manage our open positions. Okay. It's in my Strat execution course. All right. That's and then honestly, that it did come from Rob. It came straight from Rob. It was just it was one of those things that was in Rob's original Strat course that didn't transfer over when Rob came to Sepia Group. Okay. I was like, no. I've been with you since 2019. I'm sticking with the original. All right, she's the queen. I'm gonna say that. That makes more sense. She's the queen. All right.
The 3-2-2.
The 3-2-2. Easy. Fun to say and fun to do. Put your question marks before your question. If you have a question, put the question mark. Put your front. Yep. Robert Prout doing your thing. Yep. Yeah, because when I scroll, like it's hard for me to see the questions. That's all. We're gonna get through some charts here. Gypsy, cool name. How do you play the gap when you negate the trigger? Oh, I was talking to you on Twitter, wasn't I? All right, check it out. Gaps do not negate the strat. This is gonna be a clip that I'm gonna put out. Gaps do not negate the strat. People that say that are people that learn the strat on the street. All right. Gaps do not negate the strat. Let's find a daggone gap. You don't push the button already. Where's my button? Whoa, you done push the button. Let's find a gap. You said SO. Ooh, this mug. You better get him. You better get him, Bert. Where's Brent? I said Bert. Where's Brent at? You better get him. What gap? Where do you see a gap on SOXL? SOXL. Where's the gap at? Tell me where the gap's at. I don't see a gap. Looking at the 60-minute, looking at the daily, looking at the weekly, looking at the monthly. I don't see a gap. Where's the gap? Gypsy. Do you use the PSCR when you play options as well? Not really, but you can. You can. It'll be a way to tell you, okay, all right, this thing is slowing down. This thing is reversing. You can do it. You can do it. I personally do not. JP's in here talking. JP's in here talking. Rob Gill. It opens up in the morning. Gypsy. You're saying aftermarket? What's going on? I don't see a gap on this at all. I don't see a gap on this. What time frame? Tuesday. Okay. Tuesday. This one. Correct? March. No, that's March 29th. Tuesday. Looking for Tuesday. What was the date on Tuesday? That's a freaking long week. I tell you that right now. Tuesday was the 25th. No, it wasn't. Yeah, it was. Tuesday was the 25th. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. I'm looking for this. 25th. Gap. There's no gap there. 7:30 a.m. is the gap. There's no gap here. There's the 25th. There's no gap. I can find a different stock that has a gap, and we'll talk about gaps. Did I type it in right? SOXL. There's no gap on the 25th. It's completely, there's no gap here. I got to keep going. I'm going to keep going if I can't find a gap. Microsoft Daily. All right. We're going to go with Microsoft Daily because I want to explain this. Mr. Softy. All right, Mr. Softy. Boom. Gap up. That's a gap up. All right, cool. Was this earnings? Yep, this was the earnings. All right, this is earnings. So you wouldn't be in this anyway. But this is earnings. 2-2 reversal. This right here is still a 2-2 reversal. 2 down, 2 up. All right, this is actually a kicking pattern. This should be green for that to be a kicking pattern, but this got a little nasty because they bought it. People made money. They started selling it down. It actually opened up at 296. It started selling down, and then they started buying it back up. And then the next day, boom. You know what I mean? They bought some more. You need to find a reversal in this area on a smaller time frame. But what was another one? 2-2 reversal. What's another one? You right here on the 60s. All right. You see that 2-2 reversal gap up. All right. Here is your entry right here. Here's your reversal. And you can do this live on 60-minute bars. Okay. 2, 1, 2. Continuation. Your entry would have been 297.36. 297.36. All right, now you're in. It's a mess. It's a mess. It's messy here. All right, it's messy here. Taking the 2-2 reversal here on the 60 the very next morning would have been a lot better. Now you're in. Okay. All right, you're in. All right, let me find a different one let me find a good one where people would say, oh, it negates the strat. I hate that. It gets on my nerves. Let me see here. Give me a good one. What's a good one? Meta was a gap up. Anybody got the Rob's watch list, the gap list up? Meta didn't really do much. All right, it did gap up. I got some crap on here. Hold on. It did gap up. You're gonna be going on tangent, but it did nothing. The rest of the, for the last 2 days, it did nothing for the last 2 days. All right, so this is. I wouldn't. There's no trigger here. There's no trigger here. Let me find one. Give me a good one. Gap up on Friday daily. Gap up on Friday daily strat. QQQ. All right, Shelby, let's go. Let's try QQQ. Gap up. All right, there you go. All right. Thank you, Shelby. All right. Slight. Yeah, there's a slight gap here on the 60, and it did open up. Let's see here. Yep, 212 reversal up on the daily. All right, 212 up. 212 reversal up on the daily right here. Thank you very much. All right. If you go to the 60s, all right, your entry is $315.73. $315.73. That's your entry. 2 down, 2 up. Kicking pattern. That's your entry. Okay. How does that negate the strat? That's your entry. That's your entry. Your entry is, here's your 2 down, 2 up, 60-minute chart. All right. I know for a fact that daily, I know for a fact that there's a 212 reversal here. 212 reversal up. I can take that immediately right at 315.69. 315.69. How does that negate the strat? Right here on the 60s, 315.69. Why does that negate the strat? I'm waiting for a question. How does that negate the strat? That's your entry. Now we do look for on reversals like that. When it gaps up like that, you look for the 2-2 reversal back down. That is true. That is true. All right, but if we have a 2-1-2, if we got a reversal on the higher time frame, and you get in at 2 down, 2 up, your entry is at 315.60. I keep saying 69, but yeah, 315.69. That's the entry. How was it negated? How is the actionable signal negated? All right. I'm waiting. And that's okay if you know what, since you asked the question, I'm not jumping on you here. I'm not jumping on you. I'm just asking a question. I'm asking you a question because I hear that all the time. So I'm not jumping on you in the fact that making calling you out or nothing. I'm just saying these people say, that because it gapped up, it negates the call. It doesn't negate it. Your entry is still 315.69. You're in. All right. You put your stop. You're gonna you could put your stop right here. You know what I mean? You definitely want to put your stop somewhere in here. But it's not, you're just not good. We look for the reversal back down, but it doesn't negate. Gaps do not negate the strat. Traveler, when stocks gap lower from the earnings or news, why do some roaring back why do some come roaring back and some just go sideways or worse? The reason why is because, give me one that earnings weren't FRC, I think. FRC gap down. FRC gap down on daily after some bad news, okay? Why do some they reverse back up and then some just go, nah, man, we're getting out of this. All right. It really depends on the guidance, and then what are the buyers and sellers doing this? I say this all the time. Price discounts everything. Price disregards everything. All right. So if we got a gap down, FRC gap down First Republican Public Bank, and some things will, you got a gap down, a 2-2 reversal back up. That means the sellers got what they wanted. They got the market to gap. They got the stock to gap down. All right. Everybody sold, they got the market to gap down. And now other people believe this is a buying opportunity. You know what I mean? And then they start buying the crap out of it. All right. And it starts going, reverses back to the highs. This is First Republic Bank, FRC. Bad news. Everybody's taking their money out of the market. Everybody's taking their money out of this freaking bank. Get out of this thing. And everybody else during the day goes, yeah, you're right. And it's just bad news the rest of the day for FRC. So that's why, I mean, that's they're selling. They continue to sell. You know what I mean? Continuously. No, man, this is trash. Get out of here. Get out of this thing. Get out of this thing. And if you want to short it, if you think you missed it, you can go right here. 312. That's a 313. That's a 313 Motor City Madhouse. That's a mess right there. But you can short it here. All right, she's the queen. We got to get back to. I kind of went off on a tangent with the gaps negate the strat. You will hear that a lot. All right. That's not true. Okay, gaps do not negate the strat. Rob, if you're in there with Rob gets you trading gaps immediately. He immediately, if you are a brand new stratter, get in there with Rob. He puts out a list every morning called the gap list. Mind the gap. And he even calls him the Gap Band. And I don't know if you're in how far you in the music, but the Gap Band is an amazing band. And he gets you trading gaps immediately. First day. Look for the 2-2 reversal back down. It didn't go back down. We got buyers in here. Now there's buyers in there, okay? 2-1-2 continuation up, or 2-2 reversal back up on the 60s. All right. The reason why we look for gaps is because that means that there's buyers in here now. That means there's sellers in here now. All right. We want to see what the market does after it opens. Okay. Did the sellers get what they wanted? Now people are going to start buying the crap out, buying a whole, making it, buying it, buy. This is a buying opportunity. Or are they going to say, okay, no, sell this thing, sell the mess out of this, into the dirt. So gaps do not negate the strat. You guys are answering each other's questions. Okay, good. Question: when the stocks gap lower from the earnings? Oh, okay, I did. Okay. When do you want to? Leor says, when do you want to make a monthly watch list? At the beginning of the month, or wait till the day after? That's up to you. I say make them before. Make them before the new month opens. That way, you know what your actionable signals look like. You're looking for hammers. You're looking for shooters. You're looking for inside bars. Okay, let's do that now. Right now. All right, we got a few minutes left. All right, SPY. What do I got on SPY? Only the month. Only the month. Is it going to let me do? Yep, only the month. No actionable signals on SPY. On the month, diamonds. No actionable signals. QQQ. We got a little Momo hammer here. Momo hammer. All right. So I want to look for stuff in QQQ. Tech. I want to look at tech. Let's look at XLK tech. Tech. Test the highs, test the lows. I was talking about product formations on that one. All right. So you see how QQQ and XLK. There's that Momo hammer again. She's the queen. Here, this is for you. This is how we do some watch lists. Okay, there's a little hammer right there. I need an arrow. Where's my arrow? Bam. All right. This actionable signal goes in force above 151.77. Okay, that's a monthly chart. This is also the sector, the tech sector. Okay. So I'm going to look for anything in tech. All right. So let's go to the tech watch list. These are all the holdings for tech, for XLK. And I got a couple things to fix here. All right. So I'm looking for anything that looks exactly like the main chart, XLK chart. Is that a hammer? No, that's a little doji thing. Adobe. What do we got on Adobe? Let's turn these on. Make it a little easier. All right. 2 up. That's a 2 up. That's a Momo hammer. We can put that on the list. We're waiting for this thing to go in force, that hammer to go in force above 385.56. All right. 385.56. Adobe. All right. The magnitude is 403.13. 403.13. Okay. So I'm looking for my actionable signals before the month opens. Okay. Is this something out? Does this look like a hammer or an inside bar or a shooter? No. So I'm skipping this one. Skip. Get out of here. All right. It's going to let me do it with the down button. All right. Good. All right. Look at this. I already tweeted this out. ADP, baby. All right. Tech. Got a hammer. Hammer goes in force above $220.24. The magnitude is 226.65. You do not have to trade options on this. You can buy two, maybe 4 shares of this thing. All right. Do the math. All right. You can buy one. You can buy 2. You can buy one of these. And from 220 to 226, 226.65, that's your magnitude. Does it keep going? That's what we really want. All right. But that's your magnitude. All right. How much you put on it, that's on you. All right. Options. She's the queen. If you're brand new to trading, go look at there's a lot of people they're going to start talking to you about options, okay? Especially if you're a small account trader. They're going to be telling you to trade options. Be careful. I'm not telling you not to. I'm saying be careful because they're going to tell you that ADP is so expensive. Why would you buy a stock for $220 when you can buy the option for $15? Okay, cool. You got to look at the spread. You got to look at the spread. You got to look at what kind of option it is. Is it a weekly option? Is it a daily option? Is it like a 0 DTE, like it expires the same day? Is it a month out? You want to buy time on your contracts. You want to buy that thing a month out, honestly. But they're not going to tell you that. They're going to tell you buy these weekly options. It's going to be about $30, $35, and then you're going to, you just hold it and then, it's go to that. It will work sometimes. All right. But they don't tell you the opposite side. All right. They don't tell you when that thing goes to the lows against you. And instead of taking a $5-6 loss, you're taking a $30 loss. You're taking a $50 loss. They don't tell you that part. Okay. So I'm not telling you not to trade options. If you're a small account trader, I'm not telling you not to. I'm saying be careful. Okay, I like to trade common shares. If you're brand new to the Strat, I suggest trading common shares. Okay, because I know for a fact that I can get in here with just 2 shares of this, and then once it hits magnitude, I keep pushing my stops up. If it keeps going, I stay in my winning position and add to it. It's easy. All right. Also, if it gets to 220, it hits my magnitude. It gets to 226. I can take my profits and get out. Be done with it. All right. I made a little bit of profit. All right. And I feel, and it builds up your confidence as a trader. It builds up your confidence and you're like, I can do this. Soon as this hammer goes in force,
we're going to take this baby out.
And once it hits the magnitude, boom, I take my profits and then go do something else. Once you start building those skills up, she's the queen. All right. Once you start building those skills up, now you have a reason to go look at those options because you know what buys and sells look like. All right. I've been doing this for a while. I've been just trading common shares for about, 6. So, I don't know. I was going to say 6 months, but I've been doing it for a while. Common shares. I think I'm ready to start working with these options. Okay. I'm going to buy one contract. All right. I'm going to get a good delta. I'm going to get a good expiration. That's the long distance. We'll talk about that later. But it's not a crappy little 2-cent option that gets 5,000%. No. Because that same $30 or what I got on that 5,000%, you could have made with just 2 shares of this thing. Okay. All right. So I'm not talking against. I'm saying there's two sides to it, yin and yang. Okay, there's two sides to it, and the chat is rolling. How many people in the chat? The show's almost over. Give me how many people in the chat? Yep, Sepia Group is in there talking about a 2-cent option, and then they make the $25. They make the 40, $50. Okay, and that's good. But how many options did they buy? Okay, and then and then how much anxiety did they have to make that same $50 that you would have made if you just would have bought 2 shares of the thing? Stop eating out of the trash. Okay, all right, she's the queen's loving it. 40 people in the chat. That's what I'm talking about. Give me 10 more. Give me some stragglers. Give me some stragglers coming in here going, what I miss. Oh man. Oh my goodness. Let's see here. Hold on. I got an issue with a cable here. End of the show. I don't get too excited. The beginning is just as important as the end. That's just life in general. Remember that. The beginning is just as important as the end. You can get in a good trade. You can work it really well. And then but if you flub up the middle, you flub up the exit, you know what I mean? Well, you're like, oh, I got a little excited. I moved my laptop and popped the cable out, the HDMI cable. It's back up. It's back up. This is a live show. If you were wondering if this is a live show, that proved it. She's the queen. 41. Yes. The blind trader says, I love it. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Oh man. I just want to let me give me. There you go. Let's give me a sound effect in there. Anyway, Leor, let's get back to you, Leor. I don't know how I get so excited and then I get really excited and then I go off on a tangent. All right. Oh man. All right. We're going back to how to make a monthly watch list. Does that look like a Momo hammer? Does that look like a hammer? Does that look like XLK main chart? No. Skip it. All right. So let's write them down. We only got ADP. ADP is the only thing we got right now. All right. Nope, not touching it. All I'm doing is hitting the down button. Everybody's got scanners and all that stuff. That's good. I got a scanner, but you don't need a scanner. You just need a watch list, and you need a watch list, and you need your down button on your computer. That's it. All right. This is an actionable signal. Ooh, AMD. I'm putting that down. AMD on the month, 212. This will be a 212 continuation, but you can take that because the price consolidated. All right, paused. It consolidated. Everybody's like, hold on. What's this thing cost? What do these potatoes cost? All right. Nobody bought potatoes for a week now because everybody's wondering, are we gonna pay $97 for these potatoes? Are we gonna pay 84? Because it's a standoff. We'll see next month, all right, which starts next week, okay? AMD, write that down. AMD, that's an actionable signal inside bar. You don't want to trade as this thing is forming. You want to trade after. After it, now it becomes an actionable signal. Now you can work this thing, okay? Now she's the queen. You buy a few shares at $97, just a few, and you put in a hard stop. Maybe at 89, that could be really long. That could be a big stop, but maybe 92. You know what I mean? Maybe 94. You mean a tight stop. So if you get stopped out, we get in with a small position too. I'm not telling you to put like 10 of them on here or 20 of them on here. You buy 1 or 2. You know what I mean? If you could buy 10, you buy 5. If you could buy 5, you buy 2. And you're at the blackjack table. All right. You're playing, it's trying to, and you just put a little bit of money down until okay, I got a hot hand. Let's start putting some more money on this thing. Okay. All right. And then you start adding more shares. And once you get to options, contracts, okay. But right now, start small. That way, if you get stopped out, it's a small loss. Small loss. Again, we're traders, not gamblers. Traders, okay. Small. I want my losses to be tiny. So when I get back, and once this thing triggers again, let's just say it triggers at $97, it starts working, but then starts coming down. You get stopped out, or it does gap down, okay, and you get stopped out. All right. Then you have an argument for about gaps to negate the strat. No, you don't have an argument. You have a reason to get out of this thing because the price gap down. Maybe the entire market's being crappy right now. Maybe there was some Fed news that came out. Maybe there was maybe AMD came out and said, yeah, we ain't making no microchips for none of these trucks, none of these automobiles. We're done with it. You know what I mean? Who knows? There could be geopolitical stuff. You know what I mean? Taiwan is like we want to make microchip, something about semiconductors and wanting to make microchips. And the US is like, don't do that because it's going to start messing things up between relationships between China and Taiwan and the US. You know what I mean? It's a lot of like, oh, so but for you, the simple, the trader, you know what I mean? You get stopped out, you got small loss. Okay. Once it re-triggers, if it re-triggers, you get back in. All right. Then you're working it. All right. We don't predict. We don't tell the market tells us. The market tells us. All right. We got some questions in here. This is ADP you're talking about. Right now I'm talking about AMD. AMD has earnings on Monday. Hammer on the monthly or AMG. Okay. Would you wait till after their earnings check out? Yes. Wait till after the earnings. Okay. Wait till the news comes out. Then you can work it. I know, Sean. Thank you so much. Another great class. How do you know if it's going up or down? Because of the price. Leor, how do you know if it's going up or down? So AMD, how do I know if this is going to go up or down? You don't know. Okay. I know it's a possibility that if this could go 212 reversal, 212 continuation up, it's going to trade above $97.73. It has to do that for that to be a 212 continuation up. Okay. If it goes 212 reversal down, it will start trading below $84.09. Okay. I think I understand your question better. You're asking me, how do I know if this inside bar is going to go up or if it's going to go down? You don't know. I don't know. Okay. So what I like to do is I did this on my other platform and I'm using TradingView. Let's see if we can do it here. You got to make two plans. We know the price can with the strat scenarios, and she's the queen. You need to come see my May show because in May that's when I talk about the basics of the strat. Okay, if you're brand new, the people that are new here, I am talking a lot, and I'm talking fast, and I'm talking about mindset, and I'm talking about all these other things because this is not the beginning of the week. All right, the beginning of the week. The beginning of the month, that's when I really go over the basics. So come in here next Saturday, and I'll be talking about the basics of the strat, okay? All right? All right, so here's my imaginary, Leor, these are my imaginary bars. Remember I used to do this all the time? Here's my imaginary bars. Imaginary bars. There's only 3 ways anything can trade, all right? There's only 3 ways anything can trade. Let's see if I can copy this thing. It's going to let me copy it. Nope. Oh, wait a minute. Clone? Clone right there. No, it's going to let me clone it. Yep, it did. Cool. All right. There's only 3 ways anything can trade. All right. We know that, right? Let's make this yellow. Leor, there's only 3 ways anything can trade. Scenario 2 up takes out only one side of the previous range, okay? So if this goes 212 up, it's got to start trading above $97.73. All right. And once it starts doing that, you know for a fact this is going, 212 up. All right. And it's doing it now. When May opens, if this thing starts trading below $84.09, 212 reversal down, okay, they're selling this thing. All right. This right here is your scenario 1. See this yellow one? All right. This little ugly one, that's your scenario 1. And that's where the price just opens up at $90 or something like that. And it just kind of just chops around and,
shop in here, folks.
And just kind of messes around in here. And then it might, it might eventually start trading above. And again, remember our trigger is $97.16. Now you're in. Okay. Same thing for below. It could open up here in the middle and then eventually slowly starts trading below 84. Okay. So Lior, I like to look at these things, especially on a monthly chart. For the monthly, we're talking about how to build a monthly watch list. I like to look at actionable signals. I'm looking for hammers. I'm looking for shooters. I'm looking for inside bars. Inside bars can go either way. We know that. Okay. But for hammers, I know the bias is to the upside. Okay. Because the buyers stepped in and started buying, and that thing closed as a hammer. All right. I'm looking for the next bar to go trade above that hammer in force. All right, starting to make sense. She's the queen, starting to make sense. All right, inside bars. People like inside bars because they they can do, they're easy to see. People like inside bars because they're easy to see. I personally like the hammers because that's easy for me to see. Okay, let's keep going. We got another inside bar, a net. That is another actionable signal. A net. All right. Now, again, same situation. It could open up inside here and kind of mess around in here. But once it starts trading above 168.33, I know this thing is continuing to the highs. If it starts trading below 152.82, 152.28, I know this thing is selling. Okay. All right. Let's keep going. We're a little bit over time. Another inside bar for ANSS. All right. Nope, not good. I'm still looking in tech. APH, no good. All right, see what I'm doing? Hammer and an inside bar for AVGO. I'm looking for my actionable signals. To go back to the original topic of this whole episode, if I see that inside bar and a hammer and I just start buying, even though this thing's not in force, that's gambling. That is gambling. Wait for it to start trading above 645.21. All right. If you're trying to short this thing, wait. So for it to start trading below 603.79. All right. Well, if I start shorting it now, then the contracts will be cheaper, and then I'll be making more money. You get in early, you're going to get wrecked. All right. Don't get in early. That's gambling. We got another Momo hammer. Oh no, inside bar and a Momo hammer and a hammer for BR. All right, the list is starting to grow. AD or CD and S. Woo, no good. Not messing with it. CDW, not messing with it. A hammer. Little Momo hammer. It's a tiny little guy. Woo. Hey, little guy. Hey, buddy. A little hammer there. CRM. Once it starts trading above $200.59. All right. We're looking to take continuation up on these guys. All right. But that is a hammer. You can take that. All right. That is a hammer. All right. Keep hitting the down button. That's all I'm doing. Hitting the down button. Look at this. Scenario 3. People getting killed in here.
You get murdered in here.
All right. Gross. Skip it. Here we go. 2-1, 2 down, inside bar. We're looking for a 2-1-2 reversal up or a 2-1-2 continuation down for CTSH. All right. Another inside bar for DXC. Now I'm not even talking about broadening formations and all that stuff yet. So we're just looking for actionable signals. Fiverr, FFIV, no good. Get away from that. Inside bar for FIS. Write it down. It goes in force above $59.27, and the magnitude is $64. All right. You're gonna tell me you can't make no money with that? You're gonna tell me you can't make no money with that with common shares? Come on now. And then the second target is $80. If you bought this thing, goes in force on the month, and you don't get stopped out at $59, and then you tell all your buddies you're still in this a month later, and it's up at $80, and you're going to tell me that you're not making any money on that because you trade common shares? Get out of my face. Get out of my face with that, boy. Keep your little crappy options. I'm going to trade what I know to be true, and I'm going to trade with my personality style, okay? common shares work for me because I know I can get in, I can trade them, and I don't have to have that anxiety of wondering if I get stopped out while I'm working. I get stopped out while I'm driving a big old army truck. I get stopped out while I'm in a freaking 2-hour meeting. That's a meeting after the meeting. I'm not panicking. People in there with these options, with these crappy little 5-cent options, they're sitting here in the meeting going like this. They're in there like, oh man, I really need to. I don't know if I need to. You know what I mean? Don't be that person. I don't want you to be that person. TFTNT. Get away from that thing. Glow. GLW. Corninging. I'm not touching it. It could be a 2-2 reversal up, 2 down. All right. But I'm not touching that. Get away from that. It doesn't look like the main chart. There's an inside bar for GPN. Lior, I'm doing this for Lior and also the new traders here. Okay. I'm almost done. All right. HPE, no good. Not touching it. HPQ, that is a shooter. All right. Now I was looking for stuff that's going to the highs, but it is a shooter. All right. If you want to work on that. Nope. IBM, nah. Gross. INTC. It does look like the main chart. That's not necessarily a hammer. That's like more like an ugly hammer. INTC could put it on the list and see if it goes above $33.84, but honestly, that's ugly. All right. INTU. All right, it does look like the main chart, but that's not a hammer. That's a doji. IPG. They're tech. I don't know what they do. They probably make electric socks, but it goes in force above 122.75. The magnitude is 127, and the next target is, I'm trying to look at my charts, as 134. Okay, this thing goes in force at 122, and then it hits the second target at 134. You're going to tell me you're not making money because you're trading common shares? Get out of my face with that. Get out of here. All right. You can make money trading common shares. All right. I want you to take a screenshot of when you see take your phone out, take a picture of these tickers on the right. These are the rest of the, take a picture of that. These are the rest of the tickers for tech. All right. I'm going to scroll down in 3, 2, 1. All right. Here's some more. Everybody asks me to can you share these things? Like, you're watching me, just take a picture of it. All right. Put these in your XLK Tech watch list. And if you have TrendSpider, you can click in here in the watch list and you can type in tech. And then all these tech companies will come up. See if XLK will come up on its own. I made this. I could probably share that for you or share that with you in the chat if you have TrendSpider. I can do that. And I'll put that in the comments. But you could put in you can search for anything. You can put in semiconductors. There it is right there. Bam. There's all the semiconductors. All right. Let's put in energies. I didn't talk about energies today, but let's just say you want to. Okay. There it is, energy. There's all your stocks in energies, okay? All right, so it's powerful. It's powerful, okay? All right. That is the show for the last week of April. The potatoes going to the highs, eggs, bacon. All right, Robert Prout, you can set a stop. You can set a buy stop 2 cents above or below. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Lior says, okay. Good job, Lior. All right. Thank you so much. Good questions, Lior. Antonio, last question. Does TradingView not properly create broadening formations? I've seen communities of Stratters say TOS is preferred over TradingView. That is a preference that you have to. I suggest you you draw your own broadening formations, okay? I suggest you draw your own broadening formations. There is a broadening formation tool in TrendSpider that will do it for you. I suggest you learn how to draw your own broadening formations. All right. People that use Thinkorswim, TOS, it's just a preference. All right. She's the queen. What training class for beginners do you suggest? I suggest you can look at my Strat execution course. My Strat execution course goes over the basics of execution. Okay, it talks about how to read the candles. It talks about the actionable signals, hammers, shooters, inside bars. It talks about 3 reversals that there's a quiz at the end of each section that you will know that asks you have to know what you're talking about to pass that quiz so you can move on to the next section. Okay. All right, so or you have to know what the material is. I'm sorry, so that you know what's going on. All right, that gives you 3 reversals that to work with that you can work with immediately. Okay, and then it talks about entries and stops, and it talks about how to stay in that trade with the PSAR. Okay, so you can look at my Strat execution course here on Sepia Group. If you want the whole Strat, nothing but the Strat, look at Rob's course. Rob gives you the entire Strat from the man himself. Okay. That's what I suggest. Okay, that's what I suggest. There are a lot of people teaching the Strat. Okay, since I started in 2019, there was no Saturday show, there was no weekend shift, there was nobody talking about the Strat. Not a lot of people. All right, so the Strat has exploded. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of people doing it, which is good. It's a good thing. Okay, but there's a lot of other people, teaching the Strat on the street, and I'd rather you learn from the source, learn from Rob, and I learn straight from Rob, and I don't teach anything but what Rob teaches. So I'm going to be next in line. I'm going to say me. Okay. What am I going to do? It's like the guy's like, your vote, you're running in you put your name in the hat to run to be the president. You're not going to vote for yourself. Like, who are you? Come on, man. I got to vote for myself. Okay. There, she's the queen. Okay. I'm voting for myself. All right. There are 84 hours, and there are probably more hours than that, because some of these episodes like this one is going over. I got an episode with oh geez, with Palisac's Raymond. That's a 2-hour episode, and after that episode, I was like, we're gonna put time limits on these episodes because I got a life. And so do you, okay? But there's a lot. You can go through the weekend shift and just watch episodes and watch them and learn that way, okay? The courses that we sell here on Sepia Group or you're paying for organized learning, okay? Yes, you can get on YouTube and watch hours of YouTube, okay? You can do it, all right? But if I need to get this thing, if I'm looking for a solution now, I'm going for a course. I'm looking for a teacher. I'm looking for a coach. I'm looking for someone to go, yes, I have access to this person, and I can ask them a question directly. People are still in the forums. People are still reading the blogs. People are still reading stuff on Sepia Group because I put the information in there, and people, it's still benefiting from it. All right. I talked about how to trade gap downs like last year, and someone found that blog and commented on it. Like, this helped me so much. Thank you so much. And that's the kind of person that's going to win, the person that's doing the research. Okay. So it's all here on Sepia Group, but I'm saying if you need it now, you want organized learning, you want to be able to move forward quicker. Okay. Than going over hours and hours of content. Get in there with Rob. We also have get in there with Rob, and we also have people that work full time. You can get Rob's live. Rob's live stream. It's only $200 a month. That gives you full access. Rob's on there. Rob's on the mic every day. The market is open. Rob's on the mic. All right, and then he's producing bonus content all the time. All right, and then you got Rob's Power Hour at the end of 1 hour after the close on Monday. He's actually teaching you the Strat. You can she's the queen. You can get in there with Rob. All right, Jason, you can get in there with Rob and say, hey, well, I'm trying to get in AMD. How do I get in on this thing? This is what Strat Soldier said. What do you think? Rob, hey, I know Rob's taught me everything I know, but Rob hasn't taught me everything he knows. All right. Rob might tell you something different. Rob might teach you a new trick. All right. That I don't even know about. All right. So get in there with Rob. And then for people that work full time and you're like, I don't need Rob's I don't need Rob on the stream all day long because I won't be able to watch him. you can get just the subscription. It's only $50. You can get in there a subscription just for Rob and for the power hours. That's it. All right. So and I know some people that are in that thing, and they get in there every Monday and they're asking Rob, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is what's working, and this is what's not working, Rob. You know what I mean? And I'm doing this because people are typing in the chat, but you can also get in his Discord, the Sepia Group Discord, and talk to Rob voice to voice. Okay. And that's fun too. All right. I went over big time. Why? Because we're back. This is me, live. I want to give you some good information. And there was a couple questions in there that got me going on tangent, boy. Gaps do not negate the Strat. I had to make it my mission to just burn that to the ground. This is the Strat Soldier. Check out Rob's course. Check out my execution course, Rob's full Strat course, my execution course. Check out Rob's live stream. Check out Rob's and then just the Power Hour subscription. And then and if you just need a little help, like, come on, I need a little bit of, come on, man. Type in Strat Soldier 2023, the promo code Strat Soldier 2023. That'll get you a good discount. You got to get in there with Sepia Group. Type in that code. It'll tell you, okay, what that is. We also got Strat Year. It's that's going to give you, I think it's $200 off. I think it's $200 off for the entire year, and you get Rob's course for free. All right. So now you got Rob for the whole year. You don't have to worry about anything. You got Rob for the whole year, and you got his course that comes along with it. All right. And you got access to me and Sepia Group in the forums. And then you see me on Twitter, you see me all kind of places. So thank you so much for everybody showing up here. I will not be doing the motor pool today because I talked over on this episode here. There's the deals there. There's the deals there in the chat there. Thank you so much for everybody being here. This was so much fun. The most important trade that you're trading right now is your relationships and your personal relationships. Okay. Do not get triangled out in your personal relationships. And I don't just trade the Strat with stocks. I trade it in real life. Okay. And I learned this lesson from Rob. I was at his house, me and another trader. And I was like, dude, my wife's gonna be mad because I was supposed to leave. And then Rob's like, nah, you're in trouble. You just right now you're inside bar. You need to make a decision. Are you going to stay here or are you going home? You know what I mean? Because we were talking and talking and talking. Right now you're inside bar. All right. It'll go to the highs. It'll go 312 to the highs if you make the right decision. Okay. You'll know immediately if it's the wrong decision, if it goes 312 down. All right. All right. And I made a decision and I got home. Everything was fine. 312 reversal up. So what I'm saying is it's a funny little story to say. It's the same thing in your life. All right. If you need to make a phone call, if you need to show up at somebody's house, if you need to just, apologize or whatever, don't get triangled out in your personal relationships. Get to a point you're done looking at the charts, close your laptop, turn off your phone, walk your dog, sit down with the kids and play toys, color, make dinner. Okay. Take the daggone trash out. That stuff matters. We get so caught up in these charts. All right. You guys are an amazing community. And you're all of you, your entire life is involved when you're trading too. Okay. So if you're not doing good in your personal life, you think you're going to keep doing good in trading? No. You know what I mean? And, so you gotta, it matters. All right. So trade the Strat in real life. All right. Don't get triangled out. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great weekend. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.